Hey everybody, welcome back to another daily devotion with Devotable. My name is Landon, and it is my pleasure to get to read to you another devotion today. If this is your first time joining us, I would like to welcome you and thank you for being a part of this community. We are a collection of authors that create devotional material that try to encourage believers daily, and we try to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ around the world on as many platforms as we can. If you want to learn more about us, where you can connect with us on social media, read more about the blog or the podcast, our books or journal projects that we put out, the best place to do that is on devotableapp.com. Today is episode 305 of the Daily Devotional Podcast, and today's episode is titled Extravagant Love. Today's devotion was contributed by Marilyn Nutter, and the verse for today is found in John 13:34 NIV. It says, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." Although the commercial trappings of the holiday may be the focus and extravagant, celebrating love is not a new idea. Jesus instructed us to love one another. It's an imperative that is the canopy for the 59 one others in the New Testament. As we're approaching Valentine's Day, let's talk a little bit about love, the extravagant love of Jesus. And as we celebrate that Valentine's Day with a loved one or a significant other, or maybe even you're having a hard time during this time of year because you're like Marilyn and you have been widowed, as she talks about, we can always look to God. We can always look to Jesus' sacrifice on the cross for comfort, for care, and for an ultimate example of what it means to have extravagant love for other people. Let's talk a little bit about that in today's daily devotion. My energy level was low and my mind was fuzzy by the unfamiliar path I was on. Friends had supplied meals not only during the week of my husband's funeral, but for days following. Finally, a trip to the supermarket was inevitable. You'd think that would be a simple task, but it wasn't. My husband and I had grocery shopped together, even had a system at checkout, and unloading bags from the car was a joint effort. So one day, when I needed to go to the store, I drove, found a parking spot, and hiked what seemed like miles to the entrance. It's what grievers refer to as one more thing to do. I walked through the door unprepared for the sea of red, white, and pink. Balloons, bears, and greeting cards were displayed. Valentine's Day signs shouted. As it turned out, the walk from the parking lot wasn't the hardest. It was facing the romance advertised. Although excited children exchange Valentines in their personally decorated boxes, Valentine's Day is a day emphasizing romantic and extravagant love. TV commercials promote gifts and romantic dinners. Flowers and chocolate sales soar. Store displays place Valentine's Day front and center, along with dazzling jewelry. Each year, teen girls who don't have a boyfriend or adults single by design feel the ache of exclusion and loss. I found a shopping cart and shopped as fast as I could, remembering I would never buy a "for my husband" card again. I was sure if I didn't move fast, my flood of tears at the checkout would alarm the cashier. What does extravagant love look like? Valentine's Day wasn't always the scene that it is now. The feast of Saint Valentine was established by Pope Gelasius I in AD 496 in honor of Saint Valentine of Rome. Later, the day became commercialized, associated with romantic love, flowers, gift-giving, and cards, developing into the holiday we celebrate today. Although the commercial trappings of the holiday may be extravagant and the focus, celebrating love is not a new idea. Jesus instructed us to love one another in John 13:34. It's an imperative that is the canopy for the 59 one another's in the New Testament. What does that look like? A sampling shows us we love by being at peace with one another, Mark chapter 9, verse 50. Being devoted to one another in brotherly love, Romans 12:10. Living in harmony with one another, Romans 12:16. Honoring one another above yourselves, Romans 12:10. Serving one another in love, Galatians 5:13. Encouraging each other, 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Carrying each other's burdens, Galatians 6:2. Praying for each other, James chapter 5 verse 16. This is just the beginning. Look through the Bible for the many one another's. You'll find patience, communication, forgiveness, and hospitality as ways to express love. Like a fancy greeting card, love is written over each one another. It may be Valentine's Day on February 14th, but loving one another in distinct and practical ways doesn't know a calendar. Which one another especially speaks to you? Perhaps living out one of these today will be the Valentine you give as you follow Peter's instruction to love one another deeply from the heart. 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 22 NIV. That is extravagant love. Wow, what an amazing devotion. So Marilyn wrote this for me in preparation for Valentine's Day, and I have to say that she did a great job. She hit the nail on the head for this holiday for me. Valentine's Day has always been one of those weird holidays for me. It's always been one of those holidays, even through high school as I was dating my wife, and now that we've been married for 10 plus years. It's just one of those holidays that seems forced, like I'm required to go get you a gift because some arbitrary holiday tells me to. And you're required to get me a gift because the holiday is telling you to do that as well. And we go out and we have dinner with everybody else. And the people that are in Marilyn's situation that may be widowed, or perhaps even they're single, they feel the ache of the day because they don't have a significant other to celebrate with. So it's always, for me, been one of those forced holidays that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love getting gifts for my wife, and now that we have a little girl, I love being able to get her gifts and see the surprise and the joy on their faces whenever I give them a gift. But it's just one of those holidays for me. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just a forced kind of thing. So I love the essence of Marilyn's devotion here, and that she's transparent about how difficult this day was for her when she lost her husband. And probably still is, as she thinks about her husband quite frequently during this time. So it brings back and it renews in my mind just how I should be empathetic to other people during this week. As we're approaching celebrating Valentine's Day, as I see other people and understand how this holiday may be sad to them, it helps me realize how I need to be empathetic and how I need to understand that this commercialized holiday can be one of the saddest days of the year for people. And I think the perfect reason or the perfect way to express that or be able to embody that empathy is to show the kind of love that the Bible instructs us and commands us to show to other people. The verses that Marilyn lists out here are just a few of the verses that are commandments to us in how we are to, above everything else, love others. Jesus said himself the most important thing, the most important commandment ever that was ever been passed down or given to us is to love God first and to love others second, even more than ourselves. So Romans 12:10, honoring one another above ourselves. As we approach this holiday and we celebrate it with our significant other, we honor them above ourselves. We give them gifts and we tell them how much we love them. And we show them how much we love them. And we also be sympathetic toward people around us that are having a hard time with this holiday. Galatians 5:13, serving one another in love. Serving is an actionable item. It means we're actually going out and doing stuff. You can't necessarily serve someone with words or without action. It shows that you're doing something for someone. Encouraging each other, 1 Thessalonians 5:11, and carrying each other's burdens, Galatians 6:2. So how do we show extravagant love like Jesus shows to us? Well, those are just a few examples. And so I think the message that I get out of this devotion today is celebrate Valentine's Day with your significant other or with that person that you're dating. By all means, do that and show them how much you love them by showering them with gifts and giving them presents and just loving them, showing them that you love them. But also, be empathetic to the people that are around us. Show others that we love them too by understanding their situations, by understanding that this holiday can be very difficult for them. That person that you may know that is single, that is not dating, or maybe they've just gone through a rough breakup, go get them flowers. Go get them a present and tell them, hey, I know this is Valentine's Day and this may seem a little bit weird, but you're my best friend and I know that this has been a hard year for you, or I know that you're going through some stuff, so here's a flower, here's some candy. I want you to know I love you and I'm thinking of you during this time of year. If you know of someone who's recently lost a loved one, or recently lost a family member, or recently lost a husband or a wife or a spouse, show empathy to them. Go out of your way to get them some flowers or a card and tell them that you love them and show them how much you care for them. Valentine's Day is much too commercialized for my taste. But in essence, the day is all about love, and that is one of the greatest commandments that we are called to do, is to love others. But being honest, I often pass over Valentine's Day and just don't give it too much of an effort or too much of a thought. But maybe that's a mistake on my part. Maybe that's a missed opportunity on my part to show someone the love of Christ. Not in a romantic or a weird kind of sappy way, but a genuine love because I'm empathetic to whatever situation they're going through. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you get out of this devotion, and tell me what you think about Valentine's Day. I know a lot of people love Valentine's Day and being able to go out on dates and stuff like that, and I don't mean to be a downer on any of that stuff, because I truly do love going on a date with my wife and spending time with her and getting her presents. I absolutely love being able to do that. But it's just kind of a weird holiday for me, so I'd love to hear what you guys think or what you got out of this devotion. I'd love to hear the application or your thoughts on the extravagant love in comparison to what we're called to be as Christians. Marilyn, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much for being willing to discuss the hard times that you have gone through with the loss of your husband. I know that you talk about that a lot, and you have wise words to say to people and encourage them that are going through the similar situations that you have gone through in the past. And I know that a lot of people will connect with you on that level because of the wisdom that you share with us. So thank you so much for contributing to today's devotion, and thank you so much for being willing to be transparent and share with us your words. If you guys want to learn more about Marilyn, she's an amazing lady. She has so many different materials and blogs and books and different things that she contributes to. I would love for you guys to go check out her profile by clicking on her name on the bottom or top of today's devotion, or clicking on her picture in the Devotable mobile app. That'll take you to where you can connect with her on social media or see the links to her website, and just go connect with her over there and tell her what an amazing job she's doing. Lastly, if you guys have a prayer request for me, I'd love for you to share that with me. You can go to devotableapp.com/prayer request, and you can leave me a written or recording of your prayer request, and I'd love to be able to share that on the podcast and let people all around the world be able to lift that request up in prayer. And also, as a part of our continued promotion for our new book that just released, if you guys want to learn more about that book project, that devotional and journal on equality, you can go to devotableapp.com/equality journal and learn all about that project there. And likewise, we're running some giveaways this month for that book and some copies of our other authors' books as well. So if you want to be a part of those giveaways, you can go to devotableapp.com/giveaway and see and sign up there. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Thank you guys so much for being with me today as I read a daily devotion. My name is Landon, and I'm the creator and founder of Devotable. If you guys want to learn more about Devotable and all of the cool things that we do, the best place to learn about us is on our website at devotableapp.com. If you're a writer, an author, or a blogger, and you'd like to contribute to Devotable, head on over to devotableapp.com/contribute, and there you can learn about how you can be a part of this amazing project. If you guys want to support Devotable, there's a couple different ways you can do that. First and foremost, just be a part of our community. We grow by people sharing our devotions and telling other people about us. So each and every time we put out a devotion or something you read particularly blesses you, feel free to share it or forward the email or mention us. That's the best way that we grow as a project. If you would like to contribute monetarily to Devotable, well, we have a Patreon group for that. In exchange for being a monthly contributor to Devotable, our patrons get special perks and benefits and access to our physical print devotions. So you can go to devotableapp.com/contribute and learn more about what it takes to be a Patreon supporter. And lastly, you can just be a prayer partner with us. This ministry takes a lot to run, and I believe in the power of prayer. So if you think about it this week, feel free to mention us in your prayer time, and we would surely appreciate that. If there's anything that I can do for you guys, please reach out and let me know. The best place to get a hold of me would be on the devotableapp.com website or DM me on one of our social media profiles. I'd love to be able to connect with you, pray for you, or just support you in any way that you need. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this ministry and this group, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will talk to you later.